Self-reflection, not the mirror on the wall. Imperfections, overanalyze every flaw. Self-destructive deception, deadly conversations. Yeah, in my head, I wind up dead, but that's not my intention. You won't like what you find. Deep in the dark depths of my mind, the walls are closing in. I feel this is the end. We'll make it out alive. You should hear the things I say to myself. I wouldn't tell my enemy. I wouldn't tell my enemy. You should hear the things I say to myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy. Self-reflective perception, thinking deeper in my mind. Right times in my vanity. I don't know why I waste my time. I can't find happiness, I've tried. Maybe I'm blind. I should throw it all away and find another favorite girl. When I should give up on my dreams, see my hope for being broke. Stop believing in myself, I'm not a diamond in the rough. Disappear to my doubts, cause I'll never be enough. And every time I feel this way, I feel the weight of feeling wrong. Try to be myself today, but it won't stay that way for long. Introspective imperfections, yeah, I see them all. Try to sing the pain away, but I just sing the same old song. Yeah. I say to myself, I wouldn't tell my enemy. I wouldn't tell my enemy. You should hear the things I say to myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy.
All right, everyone. Happy Merry Hump Day. Here we go for another episode of Banger Wednesday. So real quick, we had a band that may not make it tonight, so we may have a little shorter show than usual, but that's all right. So real quick, let me go ahead and toss in this real quick. For those of you new to the show, as always, we start the show with the official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. We played a few tracks off of there. All the tracks on that playlist are from bands that have been on the show, and we're fortunate to have over 100 tracks on that playlist now from across the globe. And it's a great listen. So if you need something to add to your Spotify library, go ahead, pick it up and listen to all these bands. I'm going to plug it all night. And I do want to remind everyone that this episode will end up landing on YouTube. We finally got YouTube up and running and populated with all the episodes, and this one will be landing there next. And so real quick, let's go ahead and, good catch, Bo. As Bo just pointed out in Twitch chat, we are running a contest on YouTube. If you want to take part in it, you have to go to YouTube. You have to subscribe to the channel, costs you nothing. And then go to any episode and type the word certified in the comments, and that will enter you into the drawing. And the drawing will be a swag package, so to speak, for Banger Wednesday. You'll get a shirt, a hat, and a hoodie. And you'll get to pick the size and colors and everything like that. If you're curious to see what those look like, head over to the merch store. I'm sure Bill will have it there in Twitch chat if he doesn't already. So go ahead, check it out if you want to enter. And just to circle back to the bands we have tonight, we do have the band Enox here with us. So we're going to get to those guys in just a second. But real quick, I do want to do a quick intro for our resident host. So joining me tonight on the co-host panel, guitarist from the band Elijah, and our resident gear guru and news anchor, that's Bo. Also on the panel tonight, we have, I always got to catch my breath for this one, vocalist from the band Distance is Dead, vocalist from the band A Day on Earth, and artist behind the band Set Alive, and TikTok content creator Dom. And for those of you that do not know me, I am the man behind the mask of Forged by Titans and creator Banger Wednesday. So now, with all the formalities out of the way, I do have Roy and Michael here with Enox. Why don't you guys hop on in here, tell us a little bit about the band and the track we're going to check out.
Yo, what's up?
Hey,
How's
hey.
it going, you guys? I'm Roy. It's Michael. We're Enox, metalcore band. We're about to listen to our song Forsaken.
Hell yeah. Anything you want to add?
It's the newest track. We dropped it. That'll be close to a month now.
Yeah, we produced it right here in this room.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So,
All right.
Right here.
All right. And so for those of you at home listening in, make sure you put your eyes on the Twitch stream because these guys did send a video. So we got something to watch. So get over there now. Giving you a second. And we're going to check out Forsaken by the band Enox. Here we go. All right. We don't want to catch that commercial. Stop that. All right. So let me get these guys back up here on the screen real big. All right, Dom, you want to hop in here and say a few things?
Heck yeah. Dude, freaking amazing range on those vocals. Seriously, like, it sounded like coming from multiple different types of screams, especially on that last breakdown one, dude. It gave that a good old re. But seriously, your ability through false chords and then controlling it sounds like a fry scream or maybe like a yell scream with a little bit of art noise in there. But damn, dude, cleans are really awesome. Flip, dude, you were dynamic as fuck. That was really good. Is it so? Yeah, you're welcome. How was so walk me through the band formation. I know I just saw it in the video. I showed it in late. Sorry, I just had a late day at work. But is it just you? Is there a lot of you guys? How many members you got in your band?
There is 5 of us currently.
So it's just like a regular band formation, you know, like
Yeah.
vocalist, drummer, 2 guitars, bass player. We just didn't showcase them all in this video because it's
2 of them.
more cost effective. 'Cause 2 of them live in Jersey. We're just it's okay because we made a whole story about it that will be unfolding over the next few months through other videos. But the real reason is we just couldn't fly them down just to do a video.
Oh yeah, who's your guys' bassist?
That's me.
Dude, freaking sick riffs, dude.
Thank
Dude,
you, man.
that little coming through out of that intro, and then I heard the bass a lot. I don't know if it was just a full bass riff. It was just bass only playing with the drums. But dude, that was it's nice to hear some bass in some songs.
Well,
I think we've been pretty lucky on this show with a lot of the bassists who've been playing. But you know, a lot of your typical music, it's just your bass and rhythm are just following. But and heck yeah.
It's that was a section where there is so much space for the low end to do its thing, so stripped back, you know what I mean? And when something is so stripped back, it allows just bass to really bloom. So it was one of those things I was like, you know what? Just have fun.
Yeah, and I'd
have fun, groove.
I had just like put out a cover of an Animals as Leaders song on bass. I'd been practicing it for a year or something. This is crazy. So I'd been really working on that sort of thing. So it just kind of happened naturally. It was the first Enox song where we had like finger style bass slappy type stuff. But because I never want to just put that in a song just to put it in there, but it just felt really organic here. And like I'm also pretty fortunate that everyone in my band appreciates bass, and it's usually like pretty present in the mix. So it just kind of made sense. Me and Mike got together here in the studio and whipped it up, and pretty stoked with how it turned out.
Heck yeah, dude! It turned out awesome, guys. That was the track as a whole was really well put together. Was that something you guys in-house mixed, or did you guys outsource to a studio? No shit. All the mixing and mastering on this one?
So Chris Crummett mastered it, but literally everything else was like I produced, engineered, like the whole thing. Honestly, our guitarist John wrote the song. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just ran it through the process.
Yeah, this
And
one was
decided
cool
I
too
would-
though, because the process was very like back and forth between all the members. Because like you and John were going back and forth, and then like we got to the bass part, and you and I made something cool, and we sent it to Mario, and that changed everything, and just like it kept like building on top of each other, even though like two of our dudes are in Jersey, three of us are here in Georgia, but we just kept throwing things back and forth through the internet, and ended up like this.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess lead me into how you guys all met and ended up forming.
So there is a band called Enochian in New Jersey a long time ago that he was in. The way that I think that Enox like really started was I just met Michael by happenstance in a music store in Jersey City. He was working and I was about to leave as like I just picked up some like guitar strings or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, finally, all the stupid customers are gone." So he goes to put on some like Animals as Leaders music, and I'm like, "Oh man, this is like what I really dig." So I went and talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I got this project called Enoki, and we have an EP, and we're just gonna put it out and then break up because we can't find anyone to play with us." It was like, and he
Oh.
showed it to me, and it was absolutely fire. So I was like, "No, I'm gonna do this." And me and Michael, ever since then, have just been working towards this, and now we have like the band behind us who's like the members that we've been looking for forever, which we've had most of them for forever.
Yeah.
I guess everyone's been in the band now for at least like 5 years. Yeah.
Oh,
Other than
wow.
Mario.
Yeah, 4 or
Other
5
than-
years.
Other than Mario, our drummer.
So everyone was in the band before we were Enox, except for our drummer, and we got him as we were Enox.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I guess like a year after we dropped the first song, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know, something like that.
Enox is essentially a rebrand off of Enochian. That was started in 2015.
Okay.
So it started in 2015. Roy joined the picture in 2016. Our guitarist Mikey, who lives in Jersey, joined the picture in 2017. Our other guitarist, who was actually the drummer for the band, that's how he joined the picture, was in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mario was like 21.
yeah,
Was that
2020 ish, 2021.
2021? Because I think Blame Shift came out in 2020.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. We were going through all the first singles as a band.
Oh yeah. How would you guys say your 5 years? I mean, that's a lot of bands really don't make it that far. So I guess like from your guys' first releases and stuff, how would you say your guys' sound is transformed into what it is now?
I think it's it's funny because the songs that we released as a band first, before we started releasing them, I mean, the album came out in 2022. We sat on those masters for 4 years before we even dropped anything. And as we were preparing to do that, we were already writing a batch of newer songs, which we're now currently sitting on for close to about 4 years. Again. And really we did that to be able to set ourselves up in a position where we can actually properly follow up and properly just move through these cycles with bare minimum hiccups.
Like release cycles.
Yeah. And be able to, capitalize and just have a set plan in place. And unfortunately for bands, if resources aren't that available to you, it could take years. And it's taken us years. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's just like, but ever since I met Michael, it's like, I think we both saw the same kind of like, drive and vision in each other. So just like, like even like now we live in a house that we call Enox HQ. There's studio downstairs, studio upstairs, photo studio in the garage. Like, but we talked about doing this like 5-6 years ago, and just like, and it sounded crazy then, but we're like, we're gonna make stuff like this happen. It's just having those like long-term things to work towards. Not that every band should like buy a house and live together, but just just like whatever it is, like you have to just put in the time over like a long period of time, consistently focused towards whatever the goal is. And this was just like the avenue that we have identified that we think will help us find the success we're looking for, and we'll see. But yeah, just
Hashtag blessed.
Right. Well, I mean, that's awesome, guys. I mean, just sticking together for 5 years, nonetheless moving in together. I mean, that's a lot of dedication to the project in itself. And I think
and like
that's
the house is in Georgia. He was in Pennsylvania at the time. Other members were in Jersey at the time. People just moved all across the country. You're just like, all right, you guys, it's time. Pandemic's over. Like, who's ready to jump in? And just like some people were able to make the jump. It's just like, a lot of faith in everyone. Really, it's like we just like really rely on each other and have trust that it's gonna work out. Sorry, I'm getting a call that I'm ignoring.
Well, hell yeah, guys. Well, that'll be all my questions for now. I'll pass it on to Bo now. But again, awesome track, guys. I mean,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
yeah, it is
Thank
a
you.
banger. It fits the show very well.
Hell yeah. I love the vibes of the show so far. These tracks are banging.
Yeah, facts. Me and Mike were just jamming on
Yeah,
the,
we're
to the
bumping.
playlist,
I was
the
like,
pre
yep.
pre-show.
Yeah.
Yep, this is it. You get us.
Yeah, for sure. Get in here, Bo. Come on.
I mean, it was great. It was a great track. Really nicely done, you guys. I liked it. We talked about this a little bit on the show. It was very like modern metalcore. But we get a lot of stuff that kind of like throws back. I mean, definitely like that little bit of like new metal influence with like the bass lines and stuff like that. I think the three of us hosts really appreciate when we hear that because you just don't, I swear that's like the music that features a bass. You get the just gnarliest little bass lines out of new metal type music that you just don't like. No one else really gives the bass like that kind of time to shine. So we appreciate that. Did we say you guys did the video to yourself? You said you got like a little studio in your house as well.
So this video, we just found an abandoned house on Reddit. It's like 15 minutes away from us, and just like snuck over there one night and just set up with these tube lights. Which I bought these tube lights because I've been doing videos for other people, and we got featured in the problem with metalcore video by Finn McKenty. When he was like shitting on bands for like using tube lights and just working within their means to get their music heard. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ruin metalcore even harder. I'm gonna get a whole set of tube lights and just make it happen. And it's like it's because they're just convenient ways to make things look slightly more professional. So
hell yeah,
we just took our little tube lights, broke into our little abandoned house down the street, and shot a video. Our content creator James edited it for us. He's such a king, and he's in a band called Visinia that will be dropping a lot of heat coming up or in the future. But yeah, we're just doing it all within our means as much as we can because we just we can't afford to just do the top dollar, like go to like the biggest name producers and shoot multiple $1,000 videos. Like we've done things like that in the past and it's like gotten good results, but we just like that's also why we haven't released as much music as we would have liked to. So we're just trying to take it in the opposite direction, just drop songs and hope that the power of the music will speak for itself.
Yeah, I mean that's a funny one too. Like the balance that you have to have. I'm kind of dealing with this a little bit myself, but like the balance that you have to have, on the financial side of things, where it's like, okay, well, like what's more important? Like we just kind of shot down a video, like shooting another video, or doing something like that, where we're going to drop $600,000, on a video for one song. When I'm like, okay, but like we're prepping to go in the studio and track more songs. Like we're not dropping like that amount of money and then probably that amount of money again to go do another EP. So I mean, what do you pay somebody on Fiverr like $50 to do like a lyric video for you or something, like, or do it, or you just got to do it yourself,
Exactly. And that's like why we kind of got to the do it ourselves part, because it also doesn't feel good to like, cop out. Not that there's anything wrong with getting videos off Fiverr, but like there is a certain standard that you kind of have to meet, or at least get close to, if you want to be competitive in the landscape. And like,
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a waste of a video. You know.
exactly. And we make music because we love it and we want to do what we love with our best friends for the rest of our lives, but we also make music to be competitive and be the best. Not that music's a competition, like, but like I think every band can succeed, and every fans of one band can be fans of every band. It's not a competition between bands, but it's like a competition with ourselves to be as good as we can be and put out the music that we're just as stoked as we can be.
Yeah, and when you get a fire song like what you guys brought to us tonight, like that's a song that's going to appeal to so many people. Like so many people will enjoy that song. Like I've got friends that kind of play like a similar style to that here in Indiana, and you drop a good video with that kind of song, and you're going to just eat it up online. So
Exactly. And the unfortunate
that's
truth
time well spent.
is that like statistically videos that have a visual accompaniment do perform better statistically, like just on Spotify. Even if you just have the canvas from the video, that helps. It's like all of these little things are kind of like required to even like be get your foot in the door of the game. You got to be competitive on all of these elements. Like you have to have the videos, you have to have the press photos, you have to XYZ. There's just so much that goes into being a band that people will take seriously. And it's just yeah, just that was a lot of what made us move towards like obviously Michael was already producing and working down that path himself, but that's why I got into video production, was because I just couldn't afford to pay someone several $100s every time I wanted to make like a stupid video of me playing bass for the internet for people to get mad about.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
it's just like, yeah, we had to do DIY stuff, and I'd rather make a video myself that I'm not super stoked about than pay someone else to make a video that I'm not stoked about, and then just be like, man, that I don't like this, and there's my money gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the funny thing too. I think a lot of people don't remember that us little guys do this for ourselves. We talk about that with this show all the time, which is, we're one of those things that we're just promoting you guys. There's other ones you can jump on that you can pay to play or anything like that. This is not a pay to play thing. This is just a, hey, who wants to jump on here and try to promote and get on our playlist, which gains a lot of exposure to people. Forge will tell you about that when he takes over, but that's what it's all about. Like you just figuring out how to get it done yourself in a way that people like. It's that like balancing act again. Like, okay, well, like what's worth more of my time, because I only have so much time I can put into this one thing. So now you are getting to you get to the point, same thing with your music, where it's easier and faster for you to edit a video. And even though you have people that will snark about that video, because you always will, people enjoy them. Like you'll always have some negative Nancy out there, but it doesn't matter what the music or the music video is. It's always going to have somebody that sees it and it catches them for some reason, So
Exactly. And honestly, I'd rather make someone like angry at my video than have them just watch it and not leave a comment. Like, I've been told by people, more in tune with the music industry than I am, that's something that labels will look for, is like if a band has a lot of haters, like that's a sign that they have a lot of potential. Like it's just, you're making people feel something. And,
oh yeah.
It's hard to do in this oversaturated market.
Yeah. We did have a little question, which leads into another question. So on the stream, someone's asking if you're going to come back to New Jersey /PA. The boys in Lost in a Trance would love to play with you.
Probably never coming back. No, just kidding. We love New Jersey and Pennsylvania, but I'll let Mike talk. Sorry.
Yeah, we're trying to come back soon. It's hard with our van situation. It feels like we're in perpetual van hell.
Yeah, it's just like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's just
Yeah.
the struggles of being an independent band, and it sucks because we do want to play shows all over the place all the time. Like one of the comments we get the most, besides come to Brazil, is like come to the California, and we'd love to, but it's expensive and it destroys our vehicles, which then destroys our souls and morale and bank accounts, and it's so hard.
Oh yeah.
But like the East Coast is obviously much more doable for us. We're just kind of like we're focused on releasing music right now and just trying to like establish our foothold in the game again, and then to see what kind of opportunities come from that. Hopefully good opportunities to play some sick shows around the country, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, since you do play shows, can you just give us a quick like idea of what your live situation's like as far as like drums and instruments and stuff? Are we bringing like amps and cabs? Are we running off of rack systems and stuff like that? How are we doing that?
We're self-contained.
Okay.
Right. We Roy's gonna roll it out.
Nice.
For
Nice.
real quick. But we are self-contained. All our guitars are ran through Neural.
Here we go.
Guitars
What plugin
and
are we
bass
using?
I think for the guitars we are on Archetype Petrucci.
Oh.
So close.
Yeah.
Bass. And then for bass, it's just Parallax X. And
Okay.
it's wonderful
Parallax.
because the updated Neural plugins have the transpose option.
Oh yeah.
So that really saves our lives because we write a lot of music and a lot of different tunings.
Yeah.
And the ability to be able to pitch shift, it changes everything live. So for every song I account the changes to tuning, so I have to like automate all like gain settings and different stuff just to like you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Excite each tuning and shit.
Yep,
Same
yep.
with bass.
For a second, your chair.
Yeah, I think Bo is drooling right now.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
Look at
we're
this
watching.
rack.
Yeah, I feel like we're watching an episode of like Price is Right. Like they're showing you how much would you estimate this cost?
No, they didn't jump on our stream, but Takers was supposed to be on tonight from Indiana, and their setup is probably about twice that.
Jeez.
That's sick, but also I'm so stoked that we only have to carry one of this.
I was about
into
to
a
say.
show.
I don't know how they transport it. I don't even know how they transport that thing. I've seen it.
This is all our guitars are ran through a laptop, so our power amps are also in this rack as well at the bottom.
Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Everything's already soft patch in the back, so literally all we have to do, like both our guitars, bass, vocals, and our stereo tracks are already patched in. So literally, if I give the house a set of tails,
Yeah.
and as long as I plug in the laptop, all those lines are already done, accounted for, good to go. And really, for guitars, the guitars don't have to do anything because everything's already streamlined through the rig, right? Like all their effects are automated. I do all the automation changes,
and that's
stuff. So
people aren't gonna appreciate and understand the amount of time that you've put into that.
Yeah, and it gives the guitarist the ability to help the drummer load and patch in. So our changeovers are like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
7 minutes. Like 7 minutes on average.
Yeah. See, that's I'm a little more. We kind of do more of a hybrid thing. I like having like an amp and cab on stage with me. But
yeah,
it's all about efficiency. I don't want to take a half hour to set up and tear down. I want to be on and off the stage as fast as possible.
So I advocate for stage sound as much as possible. We have amps that we bring with us.
Well, you said you're running power amps on that for the guitars.
Yes. So we pretty much run all the Neuro stuff on stage.
Yep.
So like it's all coming through cabinets. So like we have like these cool Mesa Boogies.
There you go. I like it.
They sound so great. Some vintage V30s.
Yeah.
I like it.
Actually, a 2 of 2 set that were made for Hole for the 90 something VMA awards.
Oh yeah.
So it's still got the sticker on there and everything. But some kid just had these on Facebook Marketplace in Athens, and he brought them over. We got them for $600 for both of them. I didn't want to buy cabs, but these are worth it.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's, that provides a little bit more of an interactive show for the audience, and not just the audience, but for the guitarists themselves.
That's
I mean,
that's why I gotta have a cab
Everybody
on
thinks,
stage.
like, ears is the vibe, but then when you're playing venues or something happens where your ears just kind of goes off, you do have to rely back to basics, right? Like
People-
you gotta feel.
My thing
And
is,
you can feel
I
it
always
going,
think
good.
people want that in their like you're playing that kind of music. People want something like when they're standing close to the stage, they want something hit them in the face from the stage with the drums. That's
I like-
my opinion.
I like
I
to-
always say cabs.
Yeah, I like to express this is for the band. It's not for the audience. This is for the band.
Yeah,
It's to
And-
make
and
our
front
lives
row.
easy,
Yep.
so we can bring a good show. And I'm 100% advocate for cabs on stage, until you get to the point where they don't matter, which is like massive stages where it's just cabs won't do anything at all. But other than that, always we should go cabs because it's a show experience. You're giving the crowd what they want.
Yeah.
They want a wall of fucking sound.
Yeah, and I mean for me, I don't know how like I do like we do shows in front of like maybe like 100 people playing with a bunch of metalcore bands and deathcore bands and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's the ones that like we go to shows sometimes where we literally like just get looked at because we brought actual amps and cabs with us. But
We don't really roll up with cabs because we always anticipate someone rolls up with them.
Well,
Like,
see
let's
what's
wait on a
funny.
trailer.
What's
Let's
funny
wait
with
on a
that is
trailer.
I'll always ask if we're backlining or if they want us to bring ours and backline or anything like that, and then the messages will come in after that like, oh, we don't use cabs.
Yeah, we played shows where there were no cabs.
Yeah.
And we didn't have our cabs, and it was like, all right, well, take the floor wedges, turn them around,
Yeah.
face them towards the audience. Like,
Yeah.
they need stage sound, especially
Yeah.
for guitars. If you're not running cabs, like, they still need to feel something that floods the stage. So flood the stage with guitars. I tell that to all the sound guys. Flood.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good to you, then let's keep rolling. But that's your
Yeah.
job. Make it sound good.
And they sound good
Well-
out there.
I'm gonna let Forge take some of the gear questions tonight. I was purposely trying to leave some out for him.
Yeah, let's see if I can pick up some of the ones you left behind. But I do want to touch on one thing real quick. I think it was Michael that said it, and it's something we touched on very lightly on past episodes, but he was the first one to ever approach it the way he did. He said the word letting the bass bloom in his mixes, and that was an interesting way for him to say that. So, Michael, are you an engineer? Are you educated as an engineer, or you just picked up things?
I mean, guess I kind of educated, right? Like, not that someone taught me directly. I learned so much by observation. And through observation, I just kind of like connected some pieces. And through connecting pieces, I went out and researched and found things out on my own.
Yeah.
And just took the initiative to look for the knowledge.
Yeah.
And honestly, since moving down to Georgia, I've done that like full time, 40 hours a week, 40 to like 60 hours a week, just learning production, nothing but audio production.
Nice.
Like pretty much my full time thing.
Yeah. And so we've talked about it before on how, bands with really good mixes leave room for each instrument in the spectrum, so to speak, and making sure that those instruments are mixed a certain way, yada yada yada. But that is the first time someone ever mentioned using space that was left out, because most of the time people just drown the mix and they're peaking everywhere and have to pull things back in. But there's also the opposite end of the spectrum where there's space that you can do something with and use it. So I just thought it was really cool that you actually said that, and that's something we never really talked about. And I think it was a good choice. You had space, so you made extra room for the bass and you used it. So that was really cool. I thought that just made the track that much better.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like prime opportunity for Roy to do what he doesn't ever really get to do. He's been supporting the band for so long, and when you get a chance to like chill down, right? Like especially in the chill vibes, that's where you get to really know, like, damn, the bassist is actually really cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So musically, it's the opportunity for him to be able to, like he could do a lot more that people don't realize. And I see that every day from living with him. So my idea as a producer, let him shine.
Yeah.
Throw some chorus flanger vibes, make
Yeah.
it sound groovy, make it sound vibey.
Yeah, I loved it.
Kind of like what came out.
Yeah, it was awesome. And like I said, it just the way you worded it and the way you attacked it just made me want to ask that question. But I think one of the questions that Bo left for me was specifically what guitars were you guys using, both bass and your electric guitars? What brands and how many strings?
All right, for bass, easy answer. It's always Dingwall. So I've tracked it on my 6-string, but it's essentially you play it on 5-string. I don't believe in tunings. They play the song in B flat. I play it in A flat. Just but yeah, just for this one, anyone who wanted to play it on bass would play it in drop A flat on a 5-string. For guitars, this one was tracked on
It was tracked on the Aristides.
Nice, yeah. So we have a 8-string Aristides and we have an 8-string Halo, and those are both what we track with, depending on. Usually it's the Halo.
Yeah, the Halo's got like a really great resonance. I think it's like a nectar.
Yeah, something
It's
about
just like a solid chunk of wood.
It just sings kind of the same way that my Dingwalls sing. Like when it's unplugged and you strike the strings, it's just got that feeling in it.
They're both strapped with an Everton, so it makes tuning down to like double drop C sharp just really attainable.
So hold on. Halo, like the weird kind of Chinese company that will just build whatever.
The square Mountain Dew guitars. Yeah. Square Mountain Dew guitar. But it's actually so fucking fire, dude.
That might be cooler than the Aristides. I don't know.
It's you know what? Is the Halo over there? Where is it? Somewhere around here. It's probably in the case.
I thought it was. Probably. Yeah, that the Halo sounds fantastic. Honestly, the Aristides sounds good too, but there's a freaking charm to that Halo.
Actually, I bet the Halo's upstairs where Dom is playing it.
Oh yeah, whatever.
That's sweet though.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like a meme with a lot of the communities for a while because you could.
Oh yeah, definitely
make literally whatever you wanted to.
So we just kind of got the Halo because we toured with 8 strings without Evertunes for like a year and a half, 2 years, and it was just the point where like nothing could hold up because we play in double drop C sharp. So it's like a guitar in drop F on the top 7 with a low C sharp. It's just absolutely ignorant. I don't recommend it. But if you're gonna do something that dumb, you have to have an Evertune. And we didn't really have the money to get Evertunes at the time. We had to find like ways to, piece by piece get the guitars we needed. And the only one we could afford that would also take like PayPal credit at the time was Halo. And we called them and they were cool with like doing like a split payment, like just fucking fully maxing out my PayPal credit and then throwing some cash on top. And they put it in our stupid tuning. And it's great. And they shipped it out super quick. It came in safe, perfectly in tune. Sounds disgustingly good.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a great guitar for us.
Yeah.
Actually, we got it, took it out of the box. It was in tune. Did a full 2-week tour with it. Mikey didn't tune it once. Then at the end of the tour, he dropped it, broke the headstock, and it was still in tune, like with fucking piece hanging off the headstock. And we got it fixed, and it's fine. But yeah, that's
heavy duty.
That guitar rips. Specifically, it's great. Evertunes rip. It works.
Right on. And so I always like to follow up with all the business stuff. So What platforms are you guys primarily active on that you want people to go to check you guys out?
Instagram.
Our favorite
TikTok,
platform is Spotify. So if you're not following us there, follow Spotify, add our songs to your playlists. But yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Instagram's the one that we're gonna like be the most responsive on in terms of if you want to like hang out or like share memes with us or do dumb stuff. Facebook makes it really hard to interact as a page with people for some reason.
Yeah, hell yeah.
YouTube's another one that we want to grow. So, show us some love there, people.
Yeah, we are also active on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that's also something that we've been focused on because, there's a huge market in TikTok.
Right. And as Bo just pointed out in the Twitch chat, they are going to live on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. If you ever can't find them, they're there. And to their point, YouTube, this episode will also be there on YouTube. If you want to catch this whole show again later on, it'll be there as well. So right now, I know you guys are doing some tracking things, and I guess you're trying to gear up for some more gigs, right? What's that looking like in the next few months or so?
Right. So we got a new song coming out on the 25th of this month. It was this month, right? I'm really bad at time. But yeah, October 25th, Trauma Room coming out. We have a Halloween show in Nashville. And then we have a show the following day in Atlanta. We're supporting our boys Actus Reus with an EP release show, which Michael produced that EP. It's a great EP, and they've actually been getting a lot of success off the first two singles of it, one of which is a collab song with Enox. So we love those guys. It's going to be a great show. And then we're doing a charity event on December 7th in Ellijay, Georgia, just like a Toys for Tots holiday thing. I think that's everything we have on the books so far.
Yeah.
Right?
At least confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A couple others are in discussion. Just, we're trying to figure out logistics and all of that fun stuff.
Nice.
Fun part of being in a band. We write all this music just so that we have a chance to do business and keep books.
Yeah, right. And so anyone happen to join late, I got Michael and Roy with Enox here, and we checked out their track, and we're just chilling, hanging out. We did have a band that ended up not making it tonight, so we're a little short. But I had an idea, guys. We're gonna flip the script and do something really different. So hopefully Enox is gonna stick around because they're gonna be a part of it. I'm gonna let Michael and Roy choose how this show is gonna play out for the rest of the night. All right, guys. Here's what I'm thinking. You can either choose for the three hosts to play a track from each of their bands, and you guys get to give us a few words of review on it. Or option number 2, each host picks bands that they liked on the show off the playlist, and we'll listen to that, and we'll let you guys give a few words of review on those.
You know what? Option 1 is better content. I hope you guys don't hate us if we're mean. We're not gonna be mean, but
No. That I know option 1 was definitely the more entertaining one because it puts me and the other two guys on the spot, and I like making them uncomfortable when I can. All right, so Dom, Bo, and myself think of a track from one of your projects, and we'll take turns playing it. We'll talk a few words on it. We won't go super deep in depth, but we'll just play it. Bo, Dom, and myself, we spend a lot of time promoting other bands, and we really don't get to talk about our bands much, so I think that's a great idea. Let's see. And you know what, Bo, I'm sorry if you had news lined up, but I think we'll just go straight into this. Do either of you guys have a track in mind?
Yeah, we can do. Actually, here's one you guys haven't heard yet from one of my older bands. We'll do "Buried Alive" by My Own Affliction.
Okay. All right. And this is going to be on Spotify?
It'll be on Spotify, yeah.
Buried Alive. If I can type. All right. So I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. Dom, let me know if this is the right track.
Yep, that's right.
That's it. All right, guys. So this is Roast the Host night all of a sudden. So we're going to check out Buried Alive by My Own Affliction. Yeah, with featuring co-host Dom. Here we go.
Do we mute ourselves?
Now you can keep your mic open, buddy.
You gave me something that I couldn't see. Every time I leave you all to me. You gave my heart something that how is it that you never understand that this is all by your own hands? So take all your fear and
Alright, take this however you will. Sounds like it was recorded in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
against me. So take your fake face and you fight to try and only prove a point that you're a bitch and all you do is whine. It's time you finally feel like to believe and I will fight through all your lies until you learn to never try. I know you'll find me till the
Metal needs more butt rock.
Dom, what are you playing? What do you do? What do you do in the band?
Vocals.
Is that you singing?
Fuck you for always trying to play me. You've always lived in one of fantasies. So take all your mind and you try to hide behind all your shields. My pain's the only thing that you wield. So take all your fear and your heart isn't even present when you tell me sorry. So take all your fear and you always try to act so innocent. My love to you I will never grant because I'll always know. And I will fight through
Dude, this chorus, money.
Of course.
It's almost like, what does it remind me of? It's like the way you're spacing your voice. It's like Breaking Benjamin a little bit, Stained a little bit maybe, but I non-derogatory. We love butt rock, so like. Ernest Place.
and I will fight through all your lies until you learn to
Remind me of, it's not.
you'll find me till the
It's like on the tip of my tongue. I know. Dude, I know what you mean.
Ah man, I really need you to use vocalist powers to tell the guitarist to like just let you just sing more. You like stop doing all the solos. Like some solos are fine, but this is, you know, butt rock time, dude. Lean in, just fucking belt that shit out.
All right.
What is it? What does it remind me of? Fucking
All right. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna chime in now. This badass track, Dom. I'm glad you brought that one up for sure.
Yeah. that
Okay,
was
so
sick.
is this a project that is currently active still?
So they're not. I'm actually in A Day on Earth is another band I'm in, and it's a couple guys from this. But we had some guys move away. I moved away 3-4 years ago, and so this project is kind of happens because everyone lives in different places. So that it's like maybe a show a year. But yeah. But yeah, it's pretty badass
Yeah.
band.
So real quick, Bo, you sent me a link. Was that supposed to be your track?
You can play the first minute of it because I would like to give the other guys an opportunity to talk about it at some point.
Double
But you
check
can play
that
the
link because I think you
Huh?
sent me the Banger Wednesday YouTube channel.
Oops.
That song was sick. I don't know like how much like feedback you guys want or like on these things. If that came to me as the fucking, I'm an armchair producer. I'm not good at shit, but I'll tell my opinion about stuff. I would like say to lean into the more butt rock elements, which I think is probably like not what most people would expect that I would say, but just like there was just so much like vibe in that chorus, whereas like not to disparage the rest of the song, but it just felt like maybe like for the verses, like you kind of felt like you were forced into just I gotta fit some stuff in here, and then when it got to the chorus, it's just like opened up, and it was just you just really crushing it.
Wait, yeah.
You got a good guitarist fighting with a good vocalist.
Yeah, and like, there's ways to make that work too. Like there's ways to make everything just kind of like mold with each other. There was, man, hearing that track, there is such an opportunity for like emotion to really be coming through, you know what I mean? Like
Not that it wasn't,
that,
but just to
yeah,
to an
no,
even
no, no.
greater degree.
Yeah, yeah. Like I felt things. You know what I mean? And then as soon as I'm feeling things, like my brain goes off in so many cylinders. Like firing off like, oh my God. Like, dude, this could be so emotional. You know what I mean? Like this could be so much more feeling.
Yeah.
And I feel that way with music all the time. Like
Yeah.
I just get into feels real quickly.
Yeah, we're either the best or the worst people to ask us to give feedback on stuff. Because we will fucking give it.
Yeah, you guys are good, man.
Right. Like
So Bo, you want me to play? You said what the first minute of this track you sent me?
Yeah. Go with like the first minute or so. We're gonna tease this one a little bit.
Okay, so
We
this is
haven't-
something
we-
coming.
Yeah, it'll be dropping on like Spotify here in like the next few weeks before we have our next round of shows. But this
yeah.
one's all done. We recorded over the summer. We worked on this song for the last, probably 4 or 5 months before we actually went and recorded it, and then we're working on some more songs now. But yeah, we're pretty pumped about this one.
All right, so we're getting a sneak peek from Elijah, and I'll play the first minute of it then, per his request. So here we go, guys. Let's check it out.
Just go to like the middle there. You go.
All right. All right. That's it. That's all you get. Sneak peek, as he said. All right.
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
was sick.
Dude, that was like a happy pop punk version of like The Air I Breathe.
And then as soon as Mike was saying that, it went into that like more proggy, the key change section. It was like
Yeah,
textures vibes.
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I will say like it was hard for me to follow the key change at first, but like it wasn't like unpleasant at all. I'm usually a key change hater, but and then it settled into my ears. I was like, all right, yeah, this is dope.
Yeah, the singing helped ease into it.
Oh yeah, dude, the textures vibes, just like the big soaring shit. I'm a sucker for like, you know, this kind of vibe vocally.
Everything opens.
We do.
yeah.
This one's probably like a little poppier. This is one of our two. We would call them like probably more radio friendly songs, I guess. But yeah, this one's mostly written by our other guitar player, and he's the shredder, like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, it's still kind of. My singer likes to throw in like little ripples sometimes, where it's kind of more almost like a Deftones kind of vibe, but kind of trying to keep metalcore-ish.
And is that like that what you would describe that like section, the tappy section where he's just like kind of like soaring over it? Is that kind of like Deftonesy?
I don't know. The guitarist inspiration was more like Parkway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could hear that.
You know,
Yeah.
but then he's got this crazy like shredding thing that he can do.
Mhm.
And he kind of, had that whole thing written out, and our singer just like, our singer's one of those, like, we, like you guys kind of talk, like when we send stuff back and forth, like me and the guitar player kind of go back and forth. And then when we kind of like think we have something going a little bit, then we start sending out a little bit, like, okay, you got to get some vocals going first, and then we can kind of see what we're actually going to do with the song.
Mhm.
And they're all kind of, they work together, but they're all kind of their own thing. And it's kind of more, whatever he's feeling like doing at the time, as long as it works with the song, we go with it. So that's kind of what he came up with for that part in particular. And it's just, a little bit of a harmony there that I got to pull off live while I'm playing. But yeah, he likes to go into that. We've got another song that he kind of goes really heavy into the kind of Deftonesy clean vocals.
Dude, that was one of my favorite parts of the song.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun to play. So we're pretty pumped. Like the rest of the song, like the way it kind of flows together and everything too. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to get out there. So
Hell yeah.
What's the name of the band?
we're called Elijah. It's kind of a throwback to early 2000s metalcore, like the solid state stuff, So we went with a name that kind of plays off that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I see you 100%. I toured with a couple solid state bands back in the day, so
Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, I'm huge big fan.
Nice. Yeah, I'm anxious to hear that one all wrapped up in a bow and on Spotify, so I can add it to the playlist, man. I like it.
Okay, now Forge has to give us something.
Yeah. So I'm looking at one right now. This track came out probably over 2 years ago. Quick backstory. I got out of the game for about 10 years, like completely out of the game, like didn't have a guitar, and picked it back up about 3 years ago and did this album, just trying to find my way again. Every song featured different vocalists from different bands. So I picked one that I felt slapped pretty good. So we'll play that. This one features Robert Davies, Through Dreams, and oh god, I can't remember his band name. It's Through Dreams and something, and Joel Dixon from Dream Demon. So it's definitely metalcore. So here we go. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
When you're on top of a pile
All right. There you have it.
That was sick.
Yeah, that's
I don't know how much of what you could hear of what we were saying, but that reminds me a lot of like what I imagine this or the apocalypse sounds like. I never really listened to them, but I know what Ricky sounds like, and I just kind of get their general vibe, and everyone loves them, and that was sick.
Oh yeah, thank you. How about you, Bone Dom? Any roast for the host?
I don't have any roast, dude. I think it's sick. You found a good vocalist on that one. He gives me like, if all these guys went like Midwest kind of emo, had like some Midwest emo background, and a lot of emotion in his voice. Your guitar, freaking shredding skills are as good as always. I don't. The breakdowns were good. It was really. I thought it was a really well. The composition of the song was really good. The vocalist fit going through a lot of the different. I don't know, just kind of taking you through the feelings, his build-ups between going to the breakdown through that bridge. It was a good song, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's just weird listening to it now because, like I said, I took 10 years off, so honestly I had to learn how to write all over again. And that whole album, every track was like a little bit different. And then since then, it's been, like I said, 2 years since that came out. Now I'm on an 8-string. We're tuned down to like F sharp and E, and we're more like Spirit Box era vibes now. So I come a long way in the past couple years. So hopefully I'll get some new music out later on into this year, and I'll be able to share the now.
I'll be peeping that.
I'll just say I didn't take 10 years off, and I still feel like all the modern metal stuff, it's like almost like learning a completely different language still. And like, I don't know, I've listened to Periphery since a long time, so I was a little more prepared, but it's just the evolution of shit from what it used to be to now is insane.
The hardcore influence is really bleeding through in modern metal.
Right, for sure.
Like hardcore is really coming. It's just really
like,
hitting. Like that's where metallic.
I think if you took
being. You know what I mean?
For sure. But it's just like if you took any local band now, like any local band that has a full in-ear rig and transported them 15 years in the past, everybody's minds would explode. It doesn't matter what band it is. Everyone, what the, like how is this music even could be possible?
Yep. Yep.
Like, times have changed, and I'm a fan. I like all this new wacky modern shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it
We
definitely
all
keeps
are.
it interesting, right?
Exhibit
Yeah, right.
A.
Well, all right. So, again, we had our boys from Enox here, and we changed things up because we had a band drop last minute, and we kind of did a roast the host segment. We got to check out one of Dom's earlier projects. We checked out some new stuff from Elijah sneak peeking, and we checked out one of my older tracks as well. So it's been an interesting night, to say the least. So again, I do want to remind everyone that these guys will be on the Spotify playlist. All these tracks we listen to from the host will be on there as well. Let's see. This episode will be on YouTube. Again, just want to remind everyone we do have the YouTube up and running finally. So we got videos there. So please take a moment to go check it out. Subscribe, watch the episodes, go listen to the bands on the playlist, and also do want to remind you guys, if you want to get on a giveaway, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Costs you nothing, and comment the word certified on an episode. That'll get you entered. And let's see. The other big thing coming up for the show is we are going to do a Halloween episode. That is going to be on the 30th, which is the night before Halloween. We got some bands lined up, and all the bands are bands that are either masked or face painted as their personas. I will put the Forged by Titans mask on. Hopefully Bo and Dom will come up with something. We'll have a nice little Halloween episode. And that's what's coming up there. And, towards the end of the year, that's when we'll do that drawing for YouTube. And I think we're going to do a really big episode. Maybe we'll get, six bands on, maybe 5-6 bands on. We'll have a longer episode. We'll celebrate the end of the year, end of the season, because the season's rolling to an end soon, too. I'm still amazed that we're here on season 3. So it's been awesome. So keep your eyes out for that, and ears. And, just going to go around and thank, again, the band Enox with Roy and Michael here with us. Thanks for sticking around and helping us create some extra content with us being short a band tonight. Also want to shout out to Bo and Dom for making the time to co-host and, being good sports with getting roasted on the spot. And thanks to everyone at home that tuned in on Twitch. And again, reminding everyone, if you missed any parts of the episode, it will be on YouTube. All right. So we always end the show by playing another track off the Banger Wednesday playlist. So I'm going to get that queued up in the background. And Enox, if you want to hang out for a minute, we're going to catch up with you guys right after this track. And to everyone else, as always, stay safe, keep banging your head, and we will see you next Wednesday. Let's see who the next lucky band is tonight on the show. Let's see who we're going to play. Let's do these guys. They've been pretty cool to listen to lately. This is going to be Miserable End by From the Tides. Here we go.
Nothing left to say. Dancing with the dark.
All right, good night, Twitch.